Hi everyone, it's Tuesday 27th of June, preview time. It's a very busy week. I'm trying to get a hold on what's going on in Europe and at home. There's some really good meetings on this week, plenty of Brits in action. So let's go through a little bit chronologically, starting with tonight, which is Tuesday 27th of June. We've got a European meeting at Strava with the likes of Elliot Giles, Ben Patterson, Neil Gurley due to go in the 800 metres, so look out for that. There's a British Milers Club meeting at Stretford or Trafford tonight, which features some good lineups in the 800. Jamie Webb goes in the men's race, or is due to, but the women's is probably even higher standard with likes of Jenny Selman, Jayla Hancock Cameron from Australia, Mary Akiru from Kenya, Laura Muir is going, and expect her to try and run pretty quick, I would think. Lindsay Sharp and Sarah Calvert. So there's some really good women going in the 800 at Trafford tonight. Then on to Wednesday, I hope to be at the Wimbledon night of mile races. There's 12 races going on at Wimbledon, all seeded from throughout the evening. Hope to get there and perhaps film those races. There's also a Watford Wednesday featuring 1500 metres and 3000 metre races. I see Revi Walcott-Nolan's entered the 1500, that would mean she's in a race with men as well. So I think she's still seeking the qualifying time for the World Championships, but so that would be interesting because it wouldn't actually count if you're in a mixed race. Then we're got two Diamond Leagues this weekend, from one on Friday in Lausanne and one on Sunday in Stockholm. Again, as with the Diamond Leagues this year, there's been some terrific lineups, and that continues. BBC Three Friday, 7 o'clock, Lausanne. We've got the women's 800, got Keely Hodgkinson, Gemma Riki, and Mary Mora from Kenya, who won the Commonwealth Games last year, defeating Keely Hodgkinson. So that will be terrific lineup. Amy Pratt goes in the women's 3000 metres steeplechase, where the quickest on paper is an Ethiopian El Mayu, who's run 9 minutes 0.71. The 100 metres features Marie Jose Talou, who seems to be racing everywhere, so it'd be really interesting to see whether she holds her form right the way through the season to the World Championships. 5,000 metres for men should attract some attention. That's got Joshua Cheptegei, the world record holder, and Joseph Kiplimo in there, plus plenty of others like Aragari, etc. So hold on to your hats for that one. Women's 400 hurdles, always good seeing what the top girls do in this, and Femke Bol goes in the women's 400 hurdles. And the men's 1500 metres features Josh Kerr, Neil Gurley and Elliot Giles, plus Jakob Ingebrigtsen and others. So really entertaining night of athletics there on Friday from Lausanne. And then on to Stockholm just a couple of days later. Women's 800 features Revé Walcott-Nolan. The men's 400's got the world record holder Wade van Niekerk. It's also got Matthew Hudson-Smith in there. Women's 1500, more from a domestic point of view, should be really interesting. We've got Melissa Courtney Bryant, who just missed 4 minutes, front running a fair bit of the race last week. We've got Laura Muir, Katie Snowden, and from Ireland, Ciara McGeehan, all in that, so that should be good. Women's 5K, one of the fastest of all time, Gidey from Ethiopia goes. We've got the women's 100 metre hurdles with the world record holder Toby Amersan. Men's 3000 steeplechase, always entertaining when it's got El Bakali from Morocco in, as is the men's 400 hurdles with Carsten Warholm going in what I think is his second race of the season. And the women's 200, again, domestic interest, Daryl Neita, Dina Asher-Smith up against, guess what, Marie Jose Talou. So that, intriguingly, is on BBC Three, Sunday, 11 p.m, so quite late on Sunday. Might want to set your record button for that one if you want to get some sleep. in amongst all that is the Watford Grand Prix, or the Watford Diamond League, as it's sometimes called entertainingly, featuring mainly domestic athletes, but all searching for good times at Watford. The 800 metres men, for me, looks to be the top quality and most interesting of all the events. Alex Bottrell, Angus Harrington, Thomas Randolph, Rhys Sharman-Newell, Carl Langford, Oliver Dustin, Jamie Webb, Charlie Grice, all entered there, plus plenty of others I haven't mentioned, so no disrespect to them, but there was just so many in the 145, 146, 147 area. But if it was me, I wouldn't really want to be seeding that. To be honest, there's going to be some really good runners in the B race and C race there. The women's race got Kai Malanga, Ellie Baker. The men's 1500 featuring Nick Griggs, I think, is the quickest from Ireland, who's done 3:36 this season. But there's also James West in there. Tom Mortimer is entered, although he's also entered for the 3000. So, probably still up to making a choice there. Then the women's race, we've got Neve Brinston Hubbard, Jenny Selman, and again, Jayla Hancock Cameron from Australia, who ran 4:10 last week. So she's around and touring around Europe and getting some races in, and might well be at Watford. Then on the men's 3000, now that's been chopping and changing. There's been a few intriguing late entries. Emile Caress is in there, as is Mark Scott, who until relatively recently was saying he's totally focused on road races, including an attempt on the British 10k road record. Ian Crow-Wright, who's in really good form, ran 13:28 for 5,000 and also broke 150 for 800 last week at Elton for the first time in his career. Goes at 3,000. I think his PB could be reviewed there and be quite competitive. Got Tom Mortimer, who, if he runs, rarely turns out when he's not in good shape. We've got Baldwin Magnusson from Iceland, who's done 7:47, and John Travers from Ireland, who's pretty quick himself. So pretty high class 3,000 metres there. And then similarly for the women, we got Jess Warner-Judd probably heading the entries there, with Caitlin Adams from Australia, who's on 8:55, likes of Sarah Aston and Alex Millard from Great Britain in there as well. So really looking forward to that. I should be there. That will be shown on Vinco and Runner Space, which is subscription only. But that subscription's looking more worthwhile the more events they have on there. So worth looking at. Probably better value than the likes of Flow Track, etc. So loads to get after this week. Plenty of Brits still, jostling for top spots and things, and ranking points and fast times and qualifying times. So a lot going on all over the place, and really exciting as we get towards July and the peak of the season to see what's going to happen. So hope you all have a good week, and might see a few of you at Watford on Saturday.